I'm Dr. Gail Nunlee-Bland. I'm the director of the Diabetes Treatment Center, interim chair of pediatrics, and the division chief of endocrinology at Howard University. I went to Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan, and I was an engineering major and actually got a degree in chemistry before I came to Howard University's College of Medicine. After graduating from College of Medicine, as stated before, I did a pediatric residency and then followed up by an endocrine fellowship. And then I went to DC General as a medical officer in Washington, DC, which is no longer in existence, to be in the pediatric department. After that, I came back to Howard and I became an assistant professor and moved up the ranks to professor, where I currently am the professor of pediatrics and medicine. Well, I've always wanted to help people, and that was one of the reasons why I went into medicine. And I also wanted to be able to provide good care, particularly with people with diabetes. That is my area of expertise. As I see that many of our people, particularly of color, suffer disproportionately from diabetes. So this is something that I wanted to do, to give them quality care. To manage your commitment as faculty and practitioner is a challenge. In this day of financial constraints, and particularly as a practitioner, we are to see patients and generate income for the hospital as well as the College of Medicine. And we have to balance this with educating our students, providing care to our patients, as well as research. So this is a real challenge. And that's why we have to be very flexible, innovative in the way we teach, as well as to deliver care to our patients. Well, it's extremely important in terms of the social justice, in terms of what I do in the field of endocrinology. Just to give an example, there is a lot of technology that is out, particularly for managing diabetes. And I want to be a champion for our patients to make sure that they get this technology, such as continuous glucose monitors, insulin pumps, the latest drugs that we can treat diabetes with. And this is something that I'm very passionate about. And this at Howard allows me to do this, to be an advocate for my patients, to give them the proper care on the latest technology that is available. And it gives me great pleasure to see that they do very well. One of the things that really drove me in this particular field is that I was very concerned about the complications that I saw with people with diabetes. I'm seeing them on dialysis, amputations, blindness, and I know that we can prevent a lot of this. So allowing me to do this at Howard, particularly in the Diabetes Center, has given me great satisfaction in this field. It's very important to be a woman and to be an advocate in your professional societies, as you've mentioned, the American Diabetes Association, American Clinical Endocrinology, and the Lawson Wilkins Pediatric Endocrine Society. Because of the woman of color, we need to advocate that care needs to be delivered to people of color as well. And so these organizations provide you an avenue to become an advocate so that you can deliver care to your patients. Industry, particularly giving them the opportunity to do internships, summer jobs, are ways that we can have our students become more proficient in the areas of medicine. So this is something that industry can do to promote our students and to give them the skills that they need to be practitioners. Well, with women leaders, the challenges are generally men. Sometimes they do not look at you as being successful or knowledgeable, but you can't let that dissuade you. Leading by example is extremely important because students, as well as your residents and even your co-workers, see you as that role model. And if you practice excellent medicine, teaching, service, and they see that in you, inspires them to do the same. My advice to any woman who wants to pursue a career in medicine as well as to become a leader is to believe in yourself, to have confidence in yourself, and to be goal-oriented and driven. You have to be focused. and to know that this is what you want to do and not let anyone dissuade you that you can do and make it in this field. The Center for Global Leadership in Women can provide mentorship, role models for women, and to work with them very early on in their careers, taking them under their wings to show them how to develop their career goals, making sure that they're on track in terms of their goals toward any leadership role that they would like to undertake. You need to seek out someone in terms of a mentor who will have the time and the interest to guide you. And that is someone that is extremely important in terms of making sure that you are successful. So looking for that one, and again, as I stated before, it doesn't have to be anyone in your field. It can be anyone that will have your interest, your best interest at heart. Howard University provides opportunities for women like no other. And because of the role models, you see women that have been able to succeed and that they give you inspiration. And this is what Howard does. And that's one of the benefits and the beauty of coming to Howard, because you do have these role models, mentors that can guide you in terms of being successful in your career as a leader. Looking back on my own leadership trajectory is, one, I just never let anyone dissuade me. I always had a goal in mind as to what I wanted to do. And that's something that I encourage anyone, that you have to be focused. You have to be where you're not rattled by any type of crisis that may come on. And you will have some ups and downs in terms of your career. But again, being focused, goal-oriented, and knowing that you can achieve it is something that I have used throughout my entire life. At 20-something, I probably wasn't really thinking about it. I just wanted to make it through school and so forth. But as I continued on, I realized that I wanted to make a change. I wanted to make a difference. And what I went to go through with that, I actually decided that this is something that I will do, what I had my best interest in, and that is what I decided to do in terms of my goals. Particularly in that field of diabetes, I had decided very early on that I wanted to make a change in people's lives. My legacy as a leader is really going to be the Diabetes Treatment Center that I founded at Howard University Hospital in 2007. And it is a multidisciplinary center that provides care to people with diabetes, giving them nutrition, pharmacy, medical, and making sure that they get the treatment, the best treatment that they can to prevent complications associated with diabetes. Be innovative, creative, intellectual curiosity. You want to be someone who can create new things, make a difference in terms of how you can help people, generally with people, hearing them, making sure their voices are heard. As you are creating your ideas, you have to get buy-in from them in order for them to carry out what your goals may be for your particular department or division. You can always have individuals who will doubt you, but never let that dissuade you. And that's something that, as a woman leader, you just have to be very focused and know that this is your goal and you will achieve it.